Welcome to the radio show where we feature talent from around the Permian Basin and beyond. If you'd like to be on the radio show, simply send your audio submissions to Laurel at kckm1330.com. And now, without further ado, the radio show. Jack Campbell grew up in oilfield country, Lee County, New Mexico. He writes about folk, relationships, and loss. Pictures and words. Stories come spilling out. Some of it is even true.
Well, good morning. For all of you who it is still morning. Here in our little oilfield town in the southeast corner of New Mexico, it is still morning by about 30 minutes. It's almost noon. I got a slow start this morning, and that's okay. This is going to be a ramble. It's just time to say something that's kind of important, I suppose, but there's no particular story to it. There's no particular point to it other than to realize that when you wake up in the morning, you should know that you are loved. You should know that peace is yours. In our world in which everybody seems to be anxious and doubtful and fearful, a world that is sowed with confusion and malice, there's still a place that when you wake up, you should experience peace, where there is no anxiety, no arguments, no fights, that there is serenity in the core of who you are. There is a supernatural peace that you can experience. I know this because I have it. I'm at peace at this very moment. Not because of who I am or anything that I've done, but because I know that I am loved and that God is good. Just put it bluntly, I have peace because of Him. Because of the sacrifice that's been made through Jesus Christ. A lot of you don't like to hear that, and that's okay. But you are also the very ones who are anxious, fearful, wondering what's going on in our world. You're in conflict. You're in all manner of confusion. And you're the ones who keep saying, what's going on? Why is our world going this way? So consider where love actually flows from. And what actually is love, because most of us have never experienced it. Not in its pure form. Not in its truth. Love, it's not just a word, it's an action. It is sacrifice. And one thing about love, it never does something for its own sake. It's not selfish. Love gives, surrenders itself to the giving. Like I say, this is just a ramble. And that's how it is. Take it for what it's worth, and I hope that your day is blessed. I hope you understand what I'm trying to get across here. Because I woke up with peace. I woke up with joy. And I want you to know that too. I want you to experience that also. But there's only one way to get there that I know of. There's only one way, and His name is Jesus. Y'all take care. Know that you are loved, whether you see it or not. Bye.
And that was a Jack Campbell original titled Ramble. Looking for collectible trading cards? Visit Monahans, home of over 1,000 collectible TCG singles. They carry a wide variety of cards including Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, One Piece, and more, and now they also carry sports trading cards. Shop online at Pokemonahans.com. Follow them on Facebook or book a private sales appointment anytime by calling 432-307-7077. That's Pokemonahans, your local stop for trading cards and collectibles. Diane Rivers has just been writing lyrics but recently started writing her own music, and she'd love to know what you think about it.
You told me I was pretty. You took me by the hand. You said you would stand with me. You were supposed to be my man. But then I started to notice the way your eyes went dim when you said that you loved me. There was someone else instead. You made pretty seem ugly. Now it feels like a dirty word. After all you've taken from me, after everything that I've heard, I don't need to bear witness or list your every sin. You make pretty seem ugly, so that's the trap I am living in. I used to crave you, your touch and your smile. I used to want you. I haven't needed you for a while. You made pretty seem ugly. Now it's just another word. It's lost all within it. It's the weakest thing I heard. Can we pull it back from the edge? Will history leave its mark? You made pretty seem ugly and left me alone in the dark. Left me alone in the dark.
And that was Diane Rivers with You Made Pretty Seem Ugly. Lifetime Monahans resident and musician Sweet Bee returns this month with a cover of The Lonesome Death of Hattie Carroll, written and recorded by Bob Dylan in 1963, 2 months after the news story that inspired the song took place.
William Singer killed poor Hattie Carroll with a cane that he twirled around his diamond finger at a Baltimore hotel society gathering. And the cops were called in and his weapon took from him as they rode him in custody down to the station and booked Williams and Singer for first-degree murder. And you who philosophize disgrace and criticize all fears, take the rag away from your face. Now ain't the time for your tears. William Singer, who at 24 years owns a tobacco farm almost 600 acres, with rich, wealthy parents who provide and protect him, and high office relations. And the politics of Maryland reacted to his deed with a shrug of his shoulders, with swear words and sneering, and his tongue it was snarling. And in a matter of minutes, on bail was out walking. And you who philosophize disgrace and criticize fear, take the rag away from your face. Now ain't the time for your tears. Hattie Carroll was a maid in the kitchen who at 51 years old and gave birth to 10 children, who carried the dishes and took out the garbage, and never sat once at the head of the table, and never even spoke to the people at the table, who just cleaned up all the food from the table and emptied the ashtrays on a whole other level, was killed by a blow, lay slain by a cane that sailed through the air and came down through the room, doomed and determined to destroy all the gentle. And she never done nothing to Williams and Singer. And you who philosophize disgrace and criticize all fear, take the rag away from your face. Now ain't the time for your tears. In the courtroom of honor, the judge pounded his gavel to show that all's equal and the courts are on the level, and that the strings in the books ain't pulled and persuaded, and that even the nobles get properly handled once that the cops have chased after and caught them, and that the ladder of the law has no top and no bottom. Stared at the person who killed for no reason, just happened to be feeling that way without warning, and spoke through his cloak, most deep and distinguished, and handed out strongly for penalty and repentance Williams and Singer with a 6-month sentence. Oh, but you philosophize disgrace and criticize all fears. Bury the rag deep in your face. Now's the time for your tears.
And that was Sweet Bee with The Lonesome Death of Hattie Carroll. This episode of the radio show is brought to you by Debbie Santiago of Deb's Unique Bows. She's looking for vendors just like you to create some great pop-up events in your area. Call or text today to book your spot at 432-232-1812. Los Arenales is a rising young Tejano and conjunto band from Texas led by brothers 12-year-old Daryl and 17-year-old Zeke, carrying on a family tradition rooted in generations of music. Inspired by the sounds they grew up around, the brothers blend classic Tejano and conjunto influences with fresh energy and a modern edge, creating a sound that connects longtime fans of the genre with a new generation of listeners.
Hit it, Zeke!
Let's go!
Anoche me fui a un baile, ahí me encontré a Rosita, pero qué bonita baila esta linda muchachita. Anoche me fui a un baile, rojo, me va a hacer bailar también. Rosita se mueve mucho, Rosita se mueve bien. Rosita parece rojo, me va a hacer bailar también.
That was Los Arenales with ZD Cumbia Mix. Stephen Connolly is a Brooklyn-born, northern New Jersey-based singer and songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, and producer whose original music is currently receiving regular airplay on multiple radio stations throughout Texas. A seasoned performer, Connolly has played over 400 live shows in recent years, building a strong grassroots following through high-energy, engaging performances. Good afternoon. We've got something that we haven't tried before on the radio show. We've got Mr. Stephen Connolly Sr. on the line, and he's been a regular on the show since we started back up this year. And so, first of all, how are you, and where are you calling us from?
Very good, thank you. I'm actually in Jersey, in the state of New Jersey right now.
I've been there one time. I went there one time on vacation when I was 16. It was a blast. Whereabouts in New Jersey are you?
I live in North Jersey, up by I'm actually close to New York State. So it's almost as far north as you could go. It's an area right by Paramus called Emerson, New Jersey. So it's right there.
So did you grow up in New York or did you grow up in New Jersey?
I actually grew up in Brooklyn, and I also lived so Brooklyn's in New York City, and then I also lived in Staten Island for a while. I've been living in Jersey for, I'd say about 11, 12 years now.
Oh, wow. So you've been there a long time. What made you get into the music scene?
Well, I guess I grew up in a musical home. Everybody was doing something. My brother played drums. Everybody was always singing. My parents are a lot older, so they were into, like 50s music and stuff like that. So I was always singing around the house. Well, the guitar actually started from a kid down the block. He played guitar, and when I saw that, I was like, wow, I want to do that. So that's how I got into the guitar, because nobody in my family really played guitar, and that's how I picked the guitar.
Now, do you enjoy more the electric guitar or the acoustic guitar?
Well, they're different. I play more now. I play more acoustic because of what I do, really. But especially when I record and stuff, I still use the electric too. But I guess, nowadays, I guess I would say acoustic because it's more of a complete instrument. Like I could just sit, play, and sing with it, whereas in electric, you kind of need other instruments to do that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's something that I didn't realize. I used to play the guitar when I was younger, but I was really more interested in the drums. And so, but you had a neighborhood kid inspire you, so that's great. Did you have to take lessons, or were you kind of self-taught, or did the friend teach you?
Well, in the beginning, I got a couple of things I caught from him. He showed me a few things. I played for a while without anything. I wound up going to lessons for a little bit. I didn't like it at the time because I was young. I started at 12 playing the guitar, and then I know my accent. I got to slow down the way I talk. So I learned a lot on my own. I did go to lessons. I stopped lessons. I played again for a while, learned a lot. And then I went back to lessons, and then I was on and off with lessons basically my whole life, even till now,
And then what got you started singing?
Honestly, just because I didn't have to depend on anybody else. That's really it. Because when you deal with a singer, if you're in a band, and the singer quits the band or something, he takes your whole band. You know what I mean? That's the whole band. So I didn't want to have to deal with that. And I realized I do a lot of stuff on my own now. I play the guitar and I write all the songs and I sing myself. It's a lot easier than having to depend on somebody.
Well, it's definitely working out for you, and we've enjoyed having you on the radio show. And so my question is, how did you find us? Because I always advertise we feature talent from around the Permian Basin and beyond, but you are definitely and beyond. So how did you find us?
Well, my songs are being played. My songs have been on some radio stations in Texas, and then some friends that I made through Texas on Facebook. I happened to see you, and we became friends, and then I saw the station. Well, I saw the station, and then we became friends, and then I saw it that way. I was like, oh, wow, this is another station, and then we started to speak. That's basically how I discovered it.
Well, we appreciate that. We've enjoyed having you, and I know this is a short interview because we got to play your next song. So if somebody wants to hear more of you, Stephen Connolly Sr., where would they find you?
Well, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook. I have a website. It's StephenConnollyLive.com. So it's StephenConnolly Live.com. And the same spelling, Stephen Connolly Live. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook.
And basically all the socials. So, all right. Well, we appreciate you calling in, and we're going to get back to the show. So I'm just going to say thank you, and we look forward to hearing from you again.
Great. Thank you so much for having me. It's exciting.
Woke you up when the sun is high, see you laying by my side, wondering if you believe all the things it means to me. Yeah, in my life some stars align, other time the worlds collide. We all agree, all the things that make you feel alive. There's so much I'd like to see before time catches up with me. Every day can be the one your memories are based upon. In my life some stars align, other times the worlds collide. Either way we all agree, all the things that make you feel alive. the time our worlds collide. Either way, we all agree. All the things that make you feel alive.
And that was Stephen Connolly performing his original work, Alive. Looking for collectible trading cards? Visit Monahans, home of over 1,000 collectible TCG singles. They carry a wide variety of cards, including Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, One Piece, and more, and now they also carry sports trading cards. Shop online at Pokemonahans.com. Follow them on Facebook, or book a private sales appointment anytime by calling 432-307-7077. That's Pokemonahans, your local stop for trading cards and collectibles. Emanating from Central Texas, Soothsayer is a progressive ambient metalcore band that blends aggressive vocals and punchy breakdowns with melodic guitar leads. Founded in 2019 by original members Hunter Harrelson guitar and Justin Puente vocals, and the addition of Timothy Hinojosa on bass and Dylan Figge on drums, the band has continued to test the limits of their sound and creativity. The band's discography is comprised of their 2 EPs, Lost and Identity, alongside multiple single releases like 1999, Dead Sleep, and their newest, Lens of Jade. Soothsayer has shared stages with multiple nationally recognized acts like Gideon, Silent Planet, Crystal Lake, Powerman 5000, Lorna Shore, and Bleeding Through.
Yeah!
And that was Soothsayer with Lens of Jade. Lucas Spear grew up in Walnut Springs, Texas. He began playing guitar at the age of 12. He started performing professionally in 1994 and regularly performed on venues such as the Burleson Jamboree and the Cross Timbers Country Opry in Stephenville, Texas. Lucas played many gigs in bars, street dances, and civic functions as a member of the Walnut Springs Band, and in 2001 he moved to Nashville and obtained regular weekly gigs at Tootsie's Orchid Lounge and Robert's Western World. After moving back to Texas, Lucas has worked in law enforcement for 23 years and still plays music in church and occasionally at other social functions.
Now I'm lying here with Linda on my mind, and next to me, my soon-to-be, the one I left behind. And Lord, it's killing me to see her crying. She knows I'm lying here beside her with Linda on my mind. Yes, I know that I once loved her, and I placed no one above her, and I never thought I'd ever set her free. But it just wasn't in my plans, the way Linda squeezed my hand the first time that I held her close as she danced with me. She said, I've loved you for a long time, but you're married to a friend of mine, and I try hard to never let it show. But my love for you is stronger, and I can't hide it any longer. And so I thought I'd better let you know. Now I'm lying here with Linda on my mind, and next to me, my soon-to-be, the one I left behind. And Lord, it's killing me to see her crying. She knows I'm lying here beside her with Linda on my mind.
And that was Lucas Spear playing Linda on My Mind. This episode of the radio show is brought to you by Debbie Santiago of Deb's Unique Bows. She's looking for vendors just like you to create some great pop-up events in your area. Call or text today to book your spot at 432-232-1812. Lexicon Wolf is a punk musician and founder of Corruption Records in Odessa, Texas.
Dirty, dirty,
just heard Lexicon Wolf playing Dirty Councils. Layla Mack is an emerging country Americana artist based in northern Georgia in the historic music corridor between Athens and Atlanta. She has a new record out called Appaloosa that blends traditional root storytelling with modern country sound.
When local places fade to concert stages, will you feel lonely in the glow? When familiar faces change to crowds of strangers, will you miss the hometown show? There's no telling how far you'll go with just 6 strings and a song you wrote. Would you trade the interstate for one-lane roads? Say neon never felt like home. Like home. When you're playing that song on the 10th stop of tour, will you think of where you wrote it? Behind the bedroom door, in the stain of your sheets, where your guitar picks went missing, will you think about your street? Oh, do you miss it? There's no telling how far you'll go with just 6 strings and a song you wrote. Would you trade the interstate for one-lane roads? Saying neon never felt like home. Neon never felt like home.
And that was Layla Mack with One Lane Road. Lion Deny is a metal band from Midland, Texas that is fronted by Trip Houck on lead guitar and vocals, with his father Todd Houck on rhythm guitar, Buddy Munoz on bass, and Joel Desharles on drums. Lion Deny evolved from a previous trio playing mostly grunge and post-grunge hard rock covers. As Trip began writing and recording original music produced by Thurber T. Mingus of Pump Jack, they eventually changed the name of the band to Lion Deny. With Trip's dynamic stage presence and blistering solos, Todd's steady riff work, Buddy's thunderous bass lines, and Joel's powerhouse drumming, Lion Deny put on a high-energy show that does not disappoint.
Lonely town and a dump out souls. You can hide all night, but you're gonna go cold down. He threw waits for the day to go. Deceased decision, but he's willing to hold. He was still outside with the willing to hide his horrid secret, but he kept it in his unknown sin. But I must confess, for the rest of less, and you let it go. I can only see when you speak. No evil. No evil. No one knows but the words untold. Not for the young and not for the old. Left at the morgue with the tension hoard. Continue the words, your soul is sold. He was still outside with the willing to hide his horrid secret, but he kept it in his unknown sin. But I must confess, for the rest of less, and you let it go. I can only see when you speak. No evil.
must confess, for the rest of the last, can you let it go? I can only see when you speak. You were stood outside with the willing to hide his sordid secret, but he kept it in his unknown sin. But I must confess, for the rest of the last, can you let it go? I can only see when you speak. Now we know.
You've been listening to Lie and Deny with No Evil. Straight out of Stanton, Texas, Daniel Fantasma has been making music since he was just 9 years old. Raised on Tejano and cumbia, his foundation is deeply rooted in culture, but his teenage years introduced him to the raw emotion of emo and the edge of pop punk. Instead of choosing one or the other, he blended both worlds. With over 30 years of musical experience and nearly a decade in recording and production, Daniel is now fully stepping into his lane, fusing nostalgic Latin rhythms with emotional guitar-driven energy. The result, a signature sound he proudly calls emo Tejano, where heart meets distortion.
Camino rotos en mi piel. I'm a mess, but I pretend. Las luces brillan, pero no hay sol. Another day I'll lose control. Another day I'll lose control. I'm living a double vida, lost in the air between una cara que sonría, otra que siempre se olvida. Finding this outline, I can hear the echo scream, but I stay near. Chasing shadows, running blind, un poco loco, but that's my kind. This is the para confesar, mi vida es un desastre. I'm living a double vida, lost in the air between una cara que sonríe, otra que siempre se olvida. Otra que siempre se olvida. Otra que siempre se olvida.
Please record your message. It's me. I know I said I was fine, pero la neta, I'm not. I'm sick of acting like everything's okay when it's not. Maybe there's just no one trying. Dos puntos en mi corazón, pulling me in every direction. Once on fire, once on stone. No escape, no protection. No escape, no protection.
I'm living a doble vida. Una cara que sonría. Otra que siempre se olvida.
And that was Daniel Fantasma playing Doble Vida. Song Supply Company is the songwriting and music production team of Steve Bone, James Yarrell, and David Zawalik. The three hatched their sound in 1988 late at night at Bevier Hall on the campus of the State University of New York at New Paltz, and soon commenced a series of jam sessions in neighboring dormitories, common rooms, barns, basements, and madhouse parties. Today the unit operates out of their respective studios in Ulster Park, New York, Pequot, Ohio, and Boynton Beach, Florida.
Born in 17 and 55, just half a mile from the county line. 22, I took up arms the ridge that night, and there were men there who would never fight again. But I could see by the morning light, and I swear by God I never saw a more beautiful sight. Elizabeth, don't you forget about me. I was blinded when I met you, now I'm drowning in your turbulent seas. Elizabeth, don't you run off on me. In the fury of the moment, I could never give you all of my reason. Well, I can hear your laughter. It's drifting on the breeze. And I can feel your heartbeat on the wind. And I can smell that gun smoke, on the falling rain. Your beauty and your future and your pain. Don't you run after me. I was dying to protect you, now I'm trying to forget you. It's not easy to do. Elizabeth, don't you run after me. We were trying to protect you, now I'm trying to forget you. Elizabeth, oh Elizabeth,
Oh, Elizabeth, don't you run away. Elizabeth, don't you run
And there you heard it, Song Supply Company with Elizabeth. Looking for collectible trading cards? Visit Monahans, home of over 1,000 collectible TCG singles. They carry a wide variety of cards, including Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, One Piece, and more, and now they also carry sports trading cards. Shop online at Pokemonahans.com. Follow them on Facebook, or book a private sales appointment anytime by calling 432-307-7077. That's Pokemonahans, your local stop for trading cards and collectibles. Andrew Jones, an Aledo, Texas-based Americana singer and songwriter, has been performing around Texas since 2000. Andrew's crafted songs are mostly comprised of real-life experiences. He served in the U.S. Army, has worked many hours in the Texas oil fields, along with other jobs, and playing music in North Texas venues. These jobs have provided him with a ton of first-hand knowledge upon which to write some first-class Americana songs.
Driving around the neighborhood. Monday morning, life is good. Looks like the guy next door got a new TV. 3 houses down on the left-hand side, broke down boxes but they can't hide. Hope their kids enjoy the new trampoline. Trash day comes a couple times a week. You know you advertise about what you leave on the street, what you spent your hard-earned money on at the store. Or maybe online or resale shop, you see everything without making a stop. You know trash day tells a lot about you and more. I thought Steve on the corner gave up drinking. Hard to explain those cans are clanking. Looks like the wind once again blew in last night. None of my business, I keep on driving. Don't look like the old man is even thriving. All those cans and 9 lives, no cat in sight. Trash day comes a couple times a week. This little song seems tongue-in-cheek, but we see what you spent your money on at the store. Or maybe online or a resale shop, you see everything without making a stop. You know trash day tells a lot about you and more. Bit nervous cause she's running late. The bag was ripped, saw what she threw away. Wonder when she'll let him know another's on the way. Careful what you toss in the can today. Maybe shred it or burn it in a barrel of flames. You never know what that rapper is gonna say. Trash day comes a couple times a week. Everybody knows without taking a peek what you spent your hard-earned money on at the store. Or maybe online or a resale shop, you gotta let it go cause they're making a stop. You know trash day tells a lot about you and more. Driving around the neighborhood, Monday morning life is good. When they see my trash, I wonder what they think of me.
And Andrew Jones is taking it all the way to the top with Trash Day. This episode of the radio show is brought to you by Debbie Santiago of Deb's Unique Bows. She's looking for vendors just like you to create some great pop-up events in your area. Call or text today to book your spot at 432-232-1812. Hi Sterling, featuring Jonathan Espinosa, brings together 2 respective creative forces with a sound that blends emotion, modern production, and Latin influence into one strong release.
Jay. Woo. Come on. Oh yeah. Jonathan, talk to him like.
Oye nena, ya tú sabes a lo que vengo. Espérame un tantito, déjame presento. Tú tienes todo lo que yo estoy buscando. Y si te acercas vas a caer en mi encanto. Tengo tiempo para estar jugando. Esto se va a hacer o no se va a hacer. Soy un hombre con una misión. Tengo la visión, tú y yo en vacación. Ábreme tu corazón chiquita, que no ves una casita, una familia, 2 perritos, tú y yo para siempre.
Tú eres el amor de mi vida y no hay nadie como tú.
El amor de mi vida. Tú eres el amor de mi vida.
Tú eres la locura de mi vida y no hay nadie como tú.
El amor de mi vida. Tú eres el amor de mi vida. na, baby. Tú eres el amor de mi vida. Na, na, baby. Tú eres el amor de mi vida. Na, na, baby. Tú eres el amor de mi vida. Na, na, baby. Tú eres el amor. I seen you walking on by. Do you got time for me? This might be love at first sight. You could be what I need. Could be the missing piece that I need desperately. Let me get to know you, baby, 'cause we could be meant to be. I've been seeing you around here lately, giving me a heart attack. And to be honest, I feel a connection when I see you smile like that. When I see you walk like that. When I hear you talk like that. I'm so obsessed with you, baby. You got me acting bad. Got Sterling on the track, baby. You know just how we do it. Bailamos sin parar, baby. You know just how we do it. This party between you and I, you know I'm all into it. Bailamos sin parar, baby. You know just how we do it. Tú eres el amor de mi vida. No hay nadie como tú. Tú eres la locura de mi vida. No hay nadie como tú. Tú eres el amor de mi vida. No hay nadie como tú. Tú eres la locura de mi vida. No hay nadie como tú. Tú eres el amor de mi vida. Na, na, baby. Tú eres el amor de mi vida. Na, na, baby. Tú eres el amor de mi vida. Na, na, baby. Tú eres el amor de mi vida. Na, na, baby. Tú eres el amor de mi vida. Vámonos, come, let's go.
And there you have it, Hi Sterling with El Amor de Mi Vida. Tarja Santiago is an 18-year-old singer from Monahans, Texas. She's also an on-air personality for KCKM.
There's such a sad love deep in your eyes, a kind of pale jewel, open and closed within your eyes. I'll place the sky within your eyes. There's such a fooled heart beating so fast in search of new dreams, a love that will last within your heart. I'll place the moon within your heart. As the pain sweeps through, makes no sense for you. Every thrill is gone, wasn't too much fun at all. But I'll be there for you as the world falls down, falling, 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 falling in love. I'll paint you mornings of gold, I'll spin you Valentine evenings, though we're strangers till now. We're choosing the path between the stars. I'll leave my love between the stars. As the pain sweeps through, makes no sense for you. Every thrill is gone, wasn't too much fun at all. But I'll be there for you as the world falls down, falling,
And that was Tarja's rendition of As the World Falls Down, as originally heard in the movie Labyrinth. And that's all the time that we have for tonight, so thank you for joining us for the radio show where we feature talent from around the Permian Basin and beyond. If you'd like to participate in future shows, simply send your audio submissions to Laurel at kckm1330.com. Good night and God bless.